I recently just found that chair next to a dumpster.
Dude,
next to my work, and it's been working out.
That's awesome. That's how I got my my chair that I like use to write at my desk. I don't use a chair to write, but I sit on a chair when I write.
Right.
Got that from a recycling bin, like next to a recycling bin. When I was on my way home from the woodshed, actually, like just drunk as fuck, walking home, and then I see this chair, and I'm like, well, they're definitely throwing it away. One man's trash, another man's treasure.
Another man's chair.
Another man's chair.
So do you have a car?
No, I don't.
Gotcha, because he did ride a bike here.
Yeah. I'm moving on up. I used to skateboard everywhere. Now I ride a bike. Just fixed my bike.
Right. You lost 2 wheels.
Yeah.
Next you're just going to be on one of those electric unicycles. Have you seen those fuckers?
I have. Those like fucking Tron looking things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're like fancy. I never thought like when people were like, oh, in the future we're gonna have this like super efficient way of getting from place to place that like completely reinvented an old thing that you never thought of before, and you're like, whoa, like hoverboards. It's like kind of
way dumber.
Fancy unicycle.
But we do have auto suck robots.
Yes.
Yeah, you just put that on, put on the VR headset. And welcome to prison, buddy.
Exactly. No complaints. Doesn't have emotions. Doesn't beg you to see
no
it.
complaints from this inmate. I'll let Big Tech know. I'm taking on everything. Big Tech, Big Pharma, Big Milk.
So at what point does it like turn to like a Matrix pod? Like it's a blowjob machine. You're like, you're wired in VR. Right. That's the Matrix.
Yeah, pretty much. But they have to be sucking something from you besides data, and so that'll also come when people are so broke in this post-apocalyptic
But where does the
future.
cum go?
What?
If it's sucking you, you're gonna come eventually.
I've asked that question
based
many
off the
times
repetition.
to women. I'm like, hey, what happens to it? And they're like, I thought it was just absorbed in there. No, it just slops out.
Like that? Just
Sorry, I had a big lunch. I got some stuck in my throat.
A lot of ranch in the sandwich, huh?
Oh, who puts ranch in a sandwich? Okay, I guess like a chicken bacon.
Menaces. Bacon?
All right. Okay, yeah, tell me this.
All right.
Best type of sandwich, is it a foot long, like a sub type thing? Or is it just a deli sandwich? Because that's a big thing. Is it a sub, hoagie, Euro style?
I'm going to give you a hot take, Seth.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a hot take
Go on.
whether like subs versus just like regular sandwiches. Hot take, I'm a panini guy.
Oh, you're a panini. Gotcha. A Cubano.
Cubano boy. I gotta be pressed.
Absolutely.
That's what I like. That's like the perfect sandwich. If it's
got
grill marks.
Panini? Obviously,
what's
cheese,
in the chipotle sauce, cheese, provolone cheese. I don't like cold provolone though. It's got to be like melted. But that's why it's a panini, because you're pressing it.
Right.
And,
yeah, absolutely.
And then probably like roast beef or roast beef turkey, like an assortment.
Roast beef paninis.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah,
okay.
like Southwest style, kind of, because you got the chipotle sauce and the provolone.
You put chipotle on anything. I put chipotle sauce on a baby. I'm like, look at this Southwest boy.
Dude, I put a chipotle sauce on a quesadilla from Qdoba.
Where's Qdoba
I'm just a
nowadays?
bad boy.
That's kind of like the Quiznos of Mexican food.
I don't know. Qdoba's like real. It was real big out east when I was growing up. Out in the East Coast, in Maryland, there was a big debate over like Chipotle versus Qdoba. Like they were like not like total gang war, because like we're already having that.
Right.
In the lunchroom, all the white bitches would either have Chipotle or Qdoba. And it was really dependent on if you were a queso motherfucker. Because Qdoba had that queso long before Chipotle even dreamed of that shit. That was the big difference.
Any place that does have queso, I love it. Like Culver's has a cheese dip. As well as they started offering a side of 3 butterfly shrimp with an order for
so is it like $4. A butterfly's size shrimp? Or
no,
is it shrimp size
butterfly meaning like they fillet it down the middle and part it open.
Just
so it's a flat looking shrimp. Yeah, you know those flat shrimps?
So it's like a trans post-op. You know, they cut it up. They fillet it.
So you can get 3 trans shrimps.
It looks like a butterfly.
Yes. I don't know. I don't sit on in on a lot of surgeries anymore?
Nah, neither. I never. I in my med school days I did.
Oh yes. Yeah,
and then I was like, fuck that shit.
Kind of like a Doogie Howser type character. He was a doctor for many years, but you were unlicensed.
Yeah,
you know, when you were practicing.
I was because I was 5 years old just playing Operation.
Right, and he wasn't like an intern at the hospital. No. He was just one of the nurses' boyfriends who was just sticking around just to see if he could get some Percocets out of the deal.
Yeah, but they kicked me out because they kept on electrocuting the motherfucker. And it turned into the point.
Did you bring a cattle prod into this hospital?
No, it was like the board game Operation. It's like I was just playing that in hospitals.
Oh, okay.
And I'm studying medicine.
I love how you went the way of I'm playing a board game. Like, no, he's playing with life. He's playing God here. He's trying to take a man's beating heart and look him in the eyes and kiss him as he breathes his last breath. Have you ever thought about like dark things like that? You ever,
Yeah, dude.
You ever just want to like suck the breath out of someone's lips?
Like, did I kill them purposely with intent, or like, are they just dying?
No, you didn't kill them
from another thing, and I just happened to walk on by,
cross the path,
just cross them by,
last
just be with him in his last tender moments.
Yeah, he thinks that you're going in for like a tender embrace, but instead you're like, you just
sucking it up like the steam off a teacup.
Going back to the Matrix situation, they will just like, instead of your data, they're farming. They're
True.
Be definitely going for something else.
Yeah, they're taking like your life. They're taking your life force, like in the mere moments of when you're dying, and like the Matrix is that person going up to a dying man and just being like,
suck it all up, suck it up.
Mine. So the Matrix is a psychopath.
Yeah, the Matrix trying to get all up in them guts.
You heard it here.
As the kids say.
Heard it here first, folks.
Yeah,
that's hard to say.
I'm gonna be such a good parent because I'm gonna know all the lingo of the kids. It's like, hey, if you got math work, you better get all up in them guts of that math homework, okay? Like, Dad, please stop that.
Dude, my dad is like a middle school teacher, so like he's like surrounded by like the Gen Z going all that. I'm kidding. Dude, and he doesn't keep up with it whatsoever. He's like,
I mean, kids nowadays, lingo doesn't make a goddamn.
I think he just figured out what a nay is.
Whoa, that's like
I'm like, dude, 4 years too late for that.
Yeah, nay when that was far gone now.
He was like, I thought it was a fancy way of saying no. Like in an argument, they would just hit the nay. I was like, I thought it was like talk to the hand. And I'm like, no.
Also, black people don't argue. They argue.
They argue.
And they don't really argue either. They just either talk shit or confront.
They just holler.
They holler. They confront.
Let me holler at you.
They spit. Let me.
Or they just full out fight. Yeah, but then afterwards, like after a couple fists are thrown and stuff, it's like done. Beef is squashed. You go back to.
Have I told
being boys?
If I told you about the inner city gay conversion therapist? So you know what gay conversion therapy is?
Yes.
You go in.
I've been to a
Chick-fil-A. Turn you around. From being gay.
The straight and narrow path is what they like to say.
Straight and narrow, because there's not a lot of options, ladies. Okay, stop being prudes. But this inner city gay conversion therapist, you walk into his office and you're like, honestly, doctor, I think I am homosexual and I want to go with Christ, and I don't think this will lead me into the kingdom of heaven. And the gay conversion therapist says, nah, you straight. Nah, you straight. You good.
You good.
I think I'm gay. You straight. That's it.
That's the whole for a week.
The sketch is like a lead up of 7 minutes of exposition just for it to zoom in on his face and for him to be like, nah, you straight.
You good.
You good. Just like texting too. He's not even like, oh, you? Yeah, you straight.
Straight.
Are you? Are you straight? Do you have a girlfriend?
No, I do not have a girlfriend.
Do I have a girlfriend? Do you get? You
don't look like you have a girlfriend.
No, I don't.
That did not mean to me in like way. I look like I don't have a girlfriend.
How do you mean?
I'm wearing two different socks right now.
Usually people wear 2 socks, but in what way do you mean I don't look like I have a girlfriend? Like I have a boyfriend?
No, you just look like a bachelor. You know, you look like a single male. You know, you're drinking a Monster in your own home, which is a very single male thing to do.
I'm so sleepy. I've just been fucking working out and drinking, and that lifestyle makes you so tired.
If you had a girlfriend, that would be a kombucha.
I hate shit like that. The fucking
being pussy whipped.
Yeah. And
that's why I'm single,
after a while,
folks.
You just lose who you are as a person.
Just your sense of.
Yeah, and women know they're doing it too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people do that to each other. Is when I hate those relationships when you see it from the outside. There's a strong personality and a more passive personality.
Yeah, and it was like all my past relationships.
Right, and the control freak is always just driving the conversation one way, and we'll do this, and planning shit. And then
they'll make a big deal.
Right. And the other person is like, "Oh no, it's okay. I don't care at all. We'll do whatever you want." And then after 2 years of that, I'll be like, "Hey, I was thinking we could watch this show." And then they finally blow up like, "You never let me choose anything. I fucking hate that. You always do this.
Just give me Thursday nights. All I want.
Right.
Thursday nights so I can watch fucking television."
That's when they blow up it. Yeah, and then now the passive person, instead of actually being go with the flow, it's an own sort of being a control freak because you are thinking, "Oh, I'm being the bigger person." Where did you form that in your childhood? And I have that too, where I'm like, "Oh, I'm being the bigger person right now." No, like you learn to do that as a kid, not to like raise an eyebrow or question things or dig too deep into things, because if you did, it's an ugly response.
Yeah, whenever I like get in a confrontation, like I kind of like pipe down, which is funny.
Yo, you better pipe down before I up the pole. You know, that's my next single.
Better pipe down.
Pipe down before I up the pole.
Coming soon in Spotify near you.
Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna start bringing a gun to Thanksgiving, and if anyone starts some bullshit, because I'm never in the arguments.
Yeah, I grew up never in the arguments, but I grew up like just hearing all the arguments and hearing it like escalate, and I just like remember thinking to myself, "Don't do that." And then whenever my parents had arguments with me, I wouldn't really like talk back. I would just pipe down and then like internalize everything.
Are they still together now?
Yeah, my parents are still together. They're like becoming empty nesters. Like my sister's going away to college in like next fall, and like it's funny as fuck because like now that like both kids are like pretty much out of the house, like my parents are so much happier.
Yeah, no, my parents are like going out on dates again.
Yeah. They're going on. They got hobbies now. Like my mom got a promotion. They're like thinking of like doing RVing and stuff. I'm like, this is great for you guys. And we're like, yep, we're out. 18-year sentences done.
So just you and your sister growing up the whole time?
Yeah, no real
You're
other
the older
siblings.
one?
Older, yeah, by 4 years.
Damn, that's a weird. It's weird to see pairings because usually it's only child or 7. You know, it's like a lot of motherfuckers. I'm the youngest of 5, so that
youngest of 5.
Yeah, that made me into a comedian. That'll do it. But it's 2 groupings of like a older brother and sister, and then the younger 3 of us because of a different marriage of the dad. All the same baby mama, and then like it makes you quiet.
Wait, so you're all like brothers?
We're all brothers and I have 2 brothers, 2 sisters.
Another mother or same mother?
Same mother. 5 kids.
Got you.
2 dads.
2 dads. Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah, but with a big family, it does make you kind of pipe down a little bit before you up the po. Because everyone else is just talking, and they're also like more well read than you. Even like
especially being the youngest.
Are always going to be slightly more ahead of you. They learn to ride a bike, and then they'll teach you. But it also has your parents at a different place because you have so many siblings helping raise you. It's kind of like takes a whole village type thing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had that too.
But I don't know how that was for your experience as the oldest child. But as a younger child, your parents do less and less in that department of like teaching you how to swim, ride a bike, drive.
Yeah, like the fundamentals of the relationship is kind of shared amongst other people.
What TV tells you would be the fundamentals of the relationship. It's not that. You have to find other memories when you're a younger child, because that's not necessarily going to be part of it. Yeah, and you do have more role models as a kid, negative or positive, in both cases.
Yeah, I'd say I'd like, I don't know, coming from like the stereotypical, like, 1950s, like nuclear family of like, mom, dad, brother, sister.
Literally, yeah.
I definitely, growing up, like I was a lot more closer with my parents.
Closer.
In relations.
Trick or treat, playboy. I don't know why you sounded kind of like a like a gangbanger with a beanie over his eyes. Nuclear family,
nuclear family, man. Yeah.
He lifts up his shirt. It says,
"I am
Nuclear
Cody,
familia."
the seasonally depressed teenager, man. I just hate my parents so much. But
whoa, that voice. Keep going, dude. Explain.
My parents like they grounded me from trick or treating because I forgot to do a trombone assignment once. My life so hard, so rough. My parents, they were both teachers, so they'd rather spend time with everyone else's children except for their own.
I'm gonna pick up cutting and smoking.
Yeah, cause I want attention and I don't know how to get it because my parents didn't teach me ways to communicate. I wear my bangs out. I don't talk loud, but I listen to really loud music in my room.
This is what podcasting is, guys. All right, this is professional podcasting. It's just making songs. It's just us in a studio, just like making beats. And like, is this a fucking podcast anymore?
We're just making sounds and music. And
so, were you an angsty teenager? Did you act out? Did you break the rules? Get arrested? Go to parties?
I was like,
fuck bitches.
I like tried to be an angsty teenager, but like
light cats on fire.
I think I'm also like, I don't know, I was kind of like I was raised to be like a good person at heart and shit. So like I was like a good person at heart.
I was kind of fucking like raised well. I know you don't know this, Seth, but people can have that happen to them.
Yeah, but like just because I was raised well, it doesn't mean like everyone around me was raised well, and I still want to like fit in. So I was like a good person at heart, trying to be an angsty teen. So like my the like emo band I'd listen to, it wasn't like My Chemical Romance or anything like that. It was Simple Plan, because
that's the emo band is Simple Plan.
Dude, man. welcome to my life.
Welcome to my life. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
But that was because they just did the theme song to Scooby-Doo. And I was this is what...
That was the best theme song for Scooby-Doo.
Wasn't he Scooby? Yeah, it's so good.
You, gonna solve that mystery. Yeah, dude, that one fucking slapped. Favorite iteration of Scooby-Doo? Depending from the movies, the original show with the Globetrotters and shit.
I'd say growing up, the one what's new Scooby-Doo is probably like growing up, like what I like was accustomed to, what was put on. That and like the come at home, the direct to home.
Come at home.
So you can come at home. Movies.
Blu-ray coming at your house.
Yeah, where it's like Beware the Witch's Ghost and like Zombie Island. The ones with the Hex Girls. You remember that shit?
Yeah, the Hex Girls were hot.
Hex Girls.
I had a crush. I had a little.
It's a little bit more than just emo music, crush. If you know what I mean.
True.
So those were probably the GOAT. But
the one when they're in the video game is good too.
Yeah, in the video game with that cyber chase kind of shit. Yeah, I remember that. That just like grainy 1990s. It was still like 2D animation, but they were trying to put some like 3D animation when they really wanted to like impress with the budget. It was like some like weird ass.
A bunch of people were mad that they made Velma black or mixed race or something.
I think she was like Indian.
She was initially supposed. I don't care what she was initially supposed to be. Yeah. I'm like, dude, start making more female cartoons, any other race but white. Because I gotta say, I'm not super into the white ladies, but I've been seeing a whole lot of like Punjabi or black ladies dressing up as Velma. I'm like, that's sick. Keep that up.
Yeah,
right.
I didn't mind
because I haven't seen that before, you know. And now
they're doing
Where's My Glasses?
And I didn't really care about like the racial diversity of it
I'm
all.
I'm getting sauced up over here. I need to stop talking
making Shaggy black and calling him Norval was kind of funny, but like all the reference humor was kind of like bad. I didn't like how it was like. You could just read.
I didn't watch.
You could read a fucking. I did watch, unfortunately.
You watched?
Because I'm a true Scooby-Doo fan, and I will watch it, good or bad, just to talk about it.
Even though you do not support allyship or the LGBT.
No, I support that type of shit.
No,
their humor's got to be. Their humor's got to be a little bit better. It's just like if I read the script of the episode and
Yeah.
it's the same shit as like the Twitter what's trending page, it's bad fucking script.
Right. Yeah, that does
no
suck
creativity.
when you see a comic that you like and like they're new to the scene or something. Like I've been doing comedy for 9 years and they're like, oh shit, I'm going up. And then they go up and they're doing their set and you're like, okay, he's really funny. And then out of nowhere you hear a joke and you're like, I've seen that in a meme. Oh no.
Yeah.
And then one later on he says something and you're like, oh no. Like
kinda
last night I
shattered
was at Do Better and I heard this one comic, I forget his name, but he was cool and he was good on stage. And then after he was on stage, he's like, I've been doing stand-up for like 5 years. I'm like, all right, he's all right for 5 years, you know. Definitely started when he was older. And then his last joke was the classic Sally with no arms. Like he's have you heard about this?
Yeah. Sally with
knock
no
knock.
Arms.
You tell a
crosses the
story of
street.
Sally. You know a girl named Sally
Yeah.
with no arms, and she fell off the swing set or something like that. And and I'll leave on this. Knock knock. Who's there? Well, it's not Sally.
That's like one of those classic like anti jokes. Like how did Timmy drop his ice cream cone?
How?
He got hit by a bus.
Yeah, all right. I like that. Or dead baby jokes were similar to that.
Dead baby jokes were always
Yeah,
good.
what's the difference between a Ferrari and 1,000 dead babies? I don't have a Ferrari in my garage. Things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when he said that, I was like, bro, that's like an internet bit. As also, like, he didn't read the regulation. This is the mic that has regulations and standards of, like, what you can and can't say and punch down upon. And boy, did he cross that line. But he's also, like, a middle-aged black man. So woke and PC culture is honestly too much for him to, like, wrap his head around because it doesn't make sense to him. He's like, I've been living my whole life. And, like, he understands standing up and social discourse.
Yeah, fight the power.
Actually,
I mean, he was alive
I
for
bet he watched real
good majority of it,
Yeah, like, he may have been there for Rodney King riots and shit. So it's like, he's really seen and probably has people in his family who have stood up for activism.
Yeah.
But nowadays, it's boiled down to the problem point is now you saying Sally doesn't have arms.
And that's a problem.
Yeah, now the boiling point is that low.
We need to fight for this imaginary fictional character that was just made up 10 seconds ago and a joke you copied off of the internet.
Right. And to be honest, fucking aliens are real. And they're just getting rid of Roe v. Wade just to fucking distract us from it.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, shadow government.
Fucking Trump indictment. Fucking shoot him in the head.
Dude, yeah, that's
shoot
pretty
him in
funny.
the fucking head already.
That's pretty fucking
Stop.
funny.
Okay, if I murder him, can we stop talking about Trump? If I go out and shoot his fucking head off, can we just shut up about it?
That was what I was surprised about was during his whole entire presidency, no one had the fucking cojones to kill the motherfucker.
I was more worried someone was going to shoot Obama's.
Dude, yeah.
And no one shot the Obamas.
No one shot Obama.
When Trump came in, I'm like, oh, for sure I'm going to see an assassination.
Yeah. No one shot Obama, which I'm pretty glad about. But
Dude,
no one
sick.
shot Trump, and I'm pretty sad about that.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, yeah. Shane Gillis's bit of, like, it would have been the funniest assassination.
Oh, 100%.
Because he would have made... Yeah. Oh, that's such a good bit.
Dude.
And
you couldn't tell where the blood started and the I don't know, Republican ended.
But yeah, you know what I mean. It's like, I'm so tired of these. And honestly, Russia, take Ukraine. Do it.
Dude.
Please. Just please do it.
I think World War III is about to happen soon. Did you see that Russia,
We're so
India,
fucked.
South of Africa.
South of Africa, yes.
South of Africa, which is South Africa. Who else? China.
Yeah. Oh, geez,
and one more. Oh, Brazil. Did I say Brazil? Yeah, Brazil,
That's a lot of
India,
landmass.
South Africa, Russia, and China are all joining together and creating their own like currency to use for trade and shit. Like that was the one thing that the U.S. had a fucking like vice grip on was the global economy.
And
now
that's
they're like,
that
fuck that.
transition happened from like the UK to us during World War One. Because of the like military-industrial complex of us profiting from the war and us also being late to both wars, so we really didn't lose as many men as other countries have.
Yeah, being late to the party has saved our ass 2 times.
Yeah, it's kind of like showing up late to a party, and while everyone's fucked up on like drugs and pills and drinking and shit, you just steal all of the jewelry, money, and drugs. There's a lot of party scams that I should go over here. If you ever hear of a party going on, yes, go and have fun for about an hour, and then after that, it's not about meeting girls or having friends or anything like that or making memories. It's about making money and stealing. So steal. And
how many parties do you get invited to?
All right, let's say it this way. If you invite me over to your house and you have no gift, like I invited you over, I don't have a Gatorade for him at all. I parked your bike in my garage.
Is that the gift?
That's the gift.
The security of my bike?
Yup.
Right.
Yeah, good. And the fact it's 145 degrees
and you smoked
out here.
Me out too. I consider that.
All right, yeah.
That's always a gift for the Rolling Stoner.
I smoke drugs with him too, so that will hold up in court.
You smoked herbs.
Herbs, yes.
You know it's legal here.
Stealing from parties. Do it.
What's the coolest thing you've stolen from a party? Hypothetically speaking.
Hypothetically, like some golf clubs.
Is it?
That's a good make. I mean, like 140 off that.
Okay, that's true.
We went to a pawn shop the next day.
Okay.
It wasn't reported stolen.
You like busy.
Yeah.
You like business.
One of my friends hypothetically stole a gun safe. He was trying to steal the guns out of it, but he couldn't figure out the passcode. So him and his friend just stole a safe.
Damn. One time I stole some AirPods off of a Coke dealer after we jumped him.
What? How did you get there?
It was a party. Yeah.
Hey, dude, I just invited over my Coke dealer. Let's fuck him up, dude. Yeah.
Well, it was a lot more complicated than that.
Party.
But
let's invite my dealer
there's some
over.
words were exchanged.
You were beating him so hard you thought he was a pinata that would break open
first
with
off,
cocaine.
First off, don't sell anyone a gram of flour, literal flour and cocoa.
Whoa, he thought you were that dumb?
Well, no, I didn't buy or do or any drugs. This is all my friend.
Oh no, we're writing sketches right now, guys.
My friend, because this was I only do coke on special occasions. I'm more of a Pepsi guy myself.
Oh,
but
dumbass.
if I'm like
Pepsi's ketamine and it's sick.
Go on a fucking trip, my guy.
It's fucking awesome. Dude, at an open mic and meet God. 5 minutes before your set. And then go up in a blackout state.
God is your audience. Now entertain him.
And he's also Japanese. Go. Now go. I do believe that God is Japanese. You got to take off your shoes at the pearly gates. You know what I mean?
I'd explain the efficiency of everything. Like
that explains the 6-day work week, too.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Also explains how like everything can be like so like compacted tight in like such small areas, but like also work so perfectly.
It's also why cute animals just get a pass.
Yeah.
Like cats shouldn't exist in the way they do, or a lot of dogs. You know.
That's why like everything looks like a Pokemon.
Yeah.
Pokemon. Gotta catch him.
The world is ending, and you know it is, not because World War III is happening or because of all these public shootings or the fentanyl crisis or anything like that. It's because Pokemon's running out of colors quickly. It used to be red and blue. Last one was like dark fuchsia and violet.
Yeah, that's definitely a sign of the times.
Yeah,
for sure.
They're going to have to just,
I saw, speaking of like jokes read on the internet, I will say I read this on the internet, but it was the world was the closest it's ever been to peace the first 2 weeks that Pokemon Go was released. Because everyone was just walking around trying to catch Pokemon and shit. And now thinking back to the time, that was 2016.
What?
Was when Pokemon Go came out. And those first 2 weeks, I think it was like in the summertime.
To distract from the political...
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Oh, my God,
100% to distract from the political election. But we were distracted.
Yes.
And goddamn ignorance be bliss sometimes.
I even had it for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I stole someone's phone. I happened to have Pokemon
What team were
Go.
you?
What
team were you? Were like yellow, blue?
What? Yeah, what was the yellow one?
The yellow one?
Someone said that was the game one.
It was like based off of like the electric one, I think. And then there was like
obviously we're very
Crimson.
well versed.
Yeah, I was more of a Yu-Gi-Oh guy growing up.
Yu-Gi-Oh guy. Okay.
I always, whenever something was popular, I wanted to be like the opposite of it. So that's also why I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan. Because growing up, Steelers kind of ran shit, and I was like, "Fuck the Steelers."
They are a football team. It's one of those. It's kind of like the Cardinals, where pockets. They're good, and then they fall the fuck off, and then like 8 years later they just pop back. Like the Suns too. Yeah, the Suns are that way to where like
they've almost won the finals so many times.
Dude, back in like the Steve Nash and Shaquille O'Neal days, they were fucking killing it.
Charles Barkley was running it too.
Yeah, Charles was on there. Yeah, and now. Kind of, but it's falling apart too because it's.
Hey, we got KD. What you mean, man? We got KD.
KD, yeah.
Last time he was in the West, he got a ring.
But that
he was
whole
on a super
Bill Burr
team.
Point of how there's like there's 3 super teams, and what the fuck are you gonna do about it? And Phoenix is kind of turning into a similar thing of just being a super team with a bunch of superstars on it, and also it kind of helps because you live in Arizona, so you're taxed as such. I'd imagine, right?
Yeah.
Do they take that into consideration? Because it's not yes, it's a federal corporation, such as mine is, but I'm taxed as an Arizonan. That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So if you're playing in California, the tax is fucking you up. Like
yeah,
that's
true.
Yeah. The Currys both are probably paying out collectively tens of millions of dollars in taxes a year.
But if you're traveling that much anyway, like, do you have to live in the state that you play for? Like, could you not just like?
I'd say.
Have a family, be like, I don't know, some fucking state
I'd be having so many families. If I was a 6'6" Adonis.
Oh, 100%. Also, I think that's why Curry. Don't quote me on this, but I think Steph Curry's in an open relationship because of that very reason. It's just he's just traveling so fucking much.
Yeah.
And he's a fucking baller.
Honestly, yeah.
And he don't need to be taller.
Yeah, he doesn't. No, how tall is he?
Dude, I think he was like maybe 6 foot, maybe 5'11".
What?
I think he's like small for a basketball player.
Yeah.
He's a shooter, so all he's got to do is step back.
Someone once told me, like, because I really liked basketball as a kid, but you see me now. I'm shaped like one, so it's not going well.
Especially when you get in the sun, yeah.
Dude, It's summertime in
the city.
Yeah. But in Arizona, It gets so hot outside that it's kind of like being snowed in. You can't go outside.
That's true. I remember.
And you can't get more naked.
Last summer was the first summer I spent living in the valley for like all 3 months. Like usually I.
That's the fucked up time because winter's cake.
Winter's
nice.
And that was the time where I was just like hitting open mics as much as I fucking could all the time. And there's like a bunch. Like Aldo had one up in North Phoenix, and then there was.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
The Wayward, and the Pizza Company one was happening too.
Back when it was Grand Ave.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, your first summer here, how was that?
It was good. I was like, by July, I like felt like my first experience of like total and physical burnout, like just from exhaustion, because I would be skateboarding to all these fucking places. And like I'd skateboard, take the metro, skateboard some more, get super drunk.
I've never been on the metro.
Back.
Like I'm in Arizona.
I love the metro.
No,
you guys have. This is a very nice metro system in Phoenix.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's dog shit.
Dude,
I look at the map. I'm like, how are you gonna get anywhere?
Go to Baltimore City.
All right.
That metro is fucking dog shit, dude. You can tell that there's just been fights all throughout.
Yeah.
Because it just goes directly from the county into the city, and it's right next to the highway, and like sometimes it goes under the highway, and it's just like.
So you're on the train looking at a highway with cars going by, and you're like, God damn it.
Yeah. Like
you're just a better thing.
I could be there, yeah, and it's just like you could. With the urban planning in Phoenix and shit, you can so tell that they like incorporated a metro line in the middle of it, and like it follows along. You can get from Phoenix to Tempe to Mesa, and like all pretty efficiently within an hour or so. And then
I'd say Tempe is easier than Phoenix because in Phoenix it's only on like Central, right?
Yeah, but like Central's still the central street of the city. Like whenever I need to get into Phoenix, I always see where the metro line is in relation to where I need to get going, and the stop. There's always a stop within a mile of wherever I need to be.
And the buses also, there's a lot of buses in Phoenix. It actually slows down traffic a lot, and I fucking hate it.
But you can see that they value public transportation enough to the point where like they incorporate it into the city, and it's like, all right, you have to stop for buses, you have to, so it can promote. A lot of people do use the metro. But in Baltimore,
a lot of people, normal people, all right?
Yeah, normal people. Normal people use the metro. I see a lot of families. I see a lot of crackheads, but that's like at nighttime. The freaks use the metro at the nighttime.
Oh, freaks come out at night.
That's when it's people
when
go. It's that is when I use it.
Fucking freak.
It's either homeless people just trying to find shelter for the night. It's people trying to fuck. People trying to get drugs, or stand-up comedians.
And they're trying to do the.
And they're trying to do all of the above.
Yeah, they're trying to find a place to sleep, fucking fight, and drink.
And do drugs.
And do drugs.
And have some laughs along the way. But the metro system in Baltimore, all the public transit system, is a total afterthought. And you can totally see it because it's like built underneath a highway. And like the only stops that can go to is like from the county and then into the stadiums. Because that's where like people go from in the county into the city. So it's like, all right, we'll just do it for this to this. That's about it. You can, go to the harbor too. And it's like 3 stops for the metro system. Because when they were urban planning and building the entire city, a lot of the politics and like the lobbying and stuff was done by tire company people and automobile like lords and shit. So they were like, we're going to make these fuckers drive as much as fucking possible. And you have to drive a shit ton around Baltimore City to get from place to place, even though everything's so fucking close where you can walk, but you might get hit by a car. There's just so much cars. It's like a little bit fancier Detroit.
That sounds nice.
But Detroit's Motor City.
Motor City. Used to be, at least.
You ever listen to Motown music?
I mean, I've heard it. I don't really like sit in my car listening to Motown. What do you sit in my car listening to? Like, yeah, what music
I've
do you
only
listen to?
been in your car twice, and I'm pretty sure we weren't.
Don't talk about the second time, Luke. Don't fucking. I told you not to talk. I don't cut it out. You admit that I have been like taking advantage of you. Honestly, thank you for this opportunity to platform me in front of 60 people. I really.
my viewers are gonna be so.
In front of tens.
This is my big
people.
chance. Tens of people.
Tens of people.
Like Joe Rogan wouldn't accept my cause, so I have to do this.
Joe Rogan ain't got shit on me.
But what I listen to in a car, if I had one, would be like old school. I listen to a lot of old school hip hop on the way here, and then some classic rock and roll. I like shit that like makes you feel like you just got your heart broken.
Oh, hell yeah.
And makes you like want to do something about it.
Where did I go wrong?
Yeah. And for some reason, the Wu-Tang Clan is like really doing that for me right now.
Oh yeah.
So
what about the Yin Yang Twins?
The Yin Yang Twins.
Hey, little mama, let me whisper in your ear. Whisper in your ear.
That's why I jerk off, dude, not what I drive to.
Oh really?
So, yeah. Wu-Tang for the road, Yin Yang for the bed.
Oh yeah, to find balance, the dichotomy of man.
Yes, Da Vinci's.
Women we were talking about this right before we started recording. Women love it when you pursue them on foot, especially when you're running after them. They get a thrill.
Yeah.
Yep.
It brings a whole new meaning to heads over heels.
When was the last time you had like a serious relationship more than a few months? More than just talking to a person. Because our whole generation is fucked with this whole talking.
Oh,
because now we don't even date people.
Nah, it's just like
we're
it's just
scared
situation
of saying
slip
I'm dating
and situation
a person.
slip. Yeah,
we say no, I'm talking to this person. What a bunch of pussies.
Well, we're even more scared of I think we're also more scared of saying I'm in love with the person. And,
we're scared of commitment.
We're even scared
with
of hearing
15
that
tattoos
shit
on
too.
our face. We are the dumbest generation.
Well, the 15 tattoos on your face, at least you get a jolt of excitement and you're like, yeah, I'm doing this, I'm in it.
Right.
But when people were especially when you hear, I think the words love and in love so much. In music.
Sad people.
In music and like movies and shit like that, we're so surrounded by this superficial version of what a relationship should look like and shit that we're like, oh, I want that for me because I've seen everyone else who I deem attractive also be like that and such. And then you see glimpses of other people trying to pursue that, and you're like, oh, they're trying to do it. Let me try to do it. You try to get in this wave of what's trending. Like that's why they call
I'm sorry. One second.
Oh, it's all good.
Sorry.
What they call cuffing season.
Hey, what's up, dog?
Yo, what up? What are you up to?
I'm recording a podcast right now. You're on Two Bears with Tom and Bert.
Whoa, what's up,
yeah. N-word.
No, bro, that's exactly what I was looking for, and it's clipped out. No, but I'm hosting a mic later, so you should come through and get drunk there.
Pub rock. Woohoo!
Pub rock live.
Rockin' the pub.
Karaoke starting at 9 o'clock.
Chiefs fan bar.
I work tomorrow, so I'll hit you up tomorrow.
This guy always has like a job.
Something to do, man.
Oh my
another
God.
day, another dollar.
I told him to quit and just start selling the feet pic I take of him, but it's like he doesn't want to do it.
It hasn't taken off yet. You know that.
Dude, and speaking of taking off, you better be wearing that fucking dress I bought you tonight, okay?
Speaking of
Sounds
taking
real
off,
intimate.
because speaking of takeoff.
And speak of takeoff, you'll be in the ground right next to him if you aren't wearing that dress. Bye-bye. That's my best friend in the world, Zach. I make him wear pretty dress and lipstick.
That was his Migo right there.
Yeah, that's my Migo. Wait, was it Takeoff that died?
Yeah.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus.
I'm like, damn, that's a bold.
Sometimes I make word associations and it's bad. It's really bad.
He's 6 feet in the ground. I'm like, yep, he said it. He said it. He said it. Oh no, Quavo.
Oh man.
It was all good.
When I'm like, I want to be like geezed up at like 80, 85, and right around that age, I'm going to just start, I'm going to get into politics, not because I want to fix my neighborhood or anything, just because I want a quick and easy death of being shot in the head. Because I'm going to just
Well, that goes back to our first point. They're not shooting politicians as much as they used to any days.
Dude, we got to get back to it.
Get back to it. Except for in Asia. They be assassinating Asian politicians left and right in scary ass ways, dude. You see that like North Korea shit where it was like a toxin in like a room with no exits and shit, and like they like delivered it through a pen, and I made up half of that. But the other half sounded pretty fucking, and it was like a lady. It was like the cousin of Kim Jong-un.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, dude, she's a badass, man. And she's like next in line or something.
Wait, is she, how is she, wait, they killed her?
No. She's the killer. She killed like just some like politician motherfucker.
No, but honestly, Yas Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Go
so
off.
down. I just
anime
like
villain moment.
Yeah, equal representation of everyone, of every single supervillain in the world. I don't know why motherfuckers always say I look like a supervillain, because a criminal is not as bad.
I think you have two kind of eyes to be a supervillain.
Thank you. All right, because
Now, you could be a supervillain's henchman.
Why am I not the big cow? Why am I the
Two kind of eyes. You could either be a superhero,
Okay.
like the Thing.
All right.
Thing got kind eyes.
The Thing?
Yeah, he's got like
He's got
baby
kind
blues,
eyes, yeah.
you know. Or you could be like a henchman that everyone likes, but like is he's a working man. He's got to make the money.
I'm the boss's right hand man, but also like I know how to hang out with the factory guys still. You know, I'm still.
Hey,
like,
you make sure you
cool,
chop the bodies up, boys.
Yeah. Every time that the boss says something like, "Hey guys, this comes from all the way up top. I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to stay late tonight," and they're like, "Oh man."
But I brought beer.
I know. We just have to stay for a couple more beheadings, but you guys. Who wants pizza? They're like, oh, you're the fucking best, dude. I'm like, oh, guys. And I have like a scar across my face, and I'm missing an eye, and I'm just like, guys, come on. And then
How would you lose your eye?
What?
Like if you had a scarred eye, like what would be the badass?
Glaucoma.
Glaucoma.
Yeah.
That's cataracts. That's
it. Yeah. Real cataracts really got me.
Just got cloudy.
Yeah.
I thought I could perform surgery on myself.
Well, what's the scar from? It's like, well, fuck, I don't know. What would the scar be from? I didn't have anything for that one.
Oh, one time I had like an eye injury where like just like a part of my eye just kept
Your
on
brown eye. Because you're gay.
Nah, it was like some fucked up pink eye or something. But like it itched. It itched. It kept on itching. There was like some shit in my eye or something, and I kept on rubbing it.
You got poo-poo eye.
And then when I like I was watching the movie.
You got the
and the
stank
entire
eye?
time I was like, yeah, I got the stank eye.
they should call pink eye stank eye. That's way better.
It's such a better.
That's way better.
Because pink eye makes it like, oh damn, he's out of school. He got pink eye.
Pink
like, man, I kind of want pink eye. It's
sounds
like
pussy.
yeah,
Alright,
exactly.
what we
It
doing
sounds
here?
like a really fun sexually transmitted disease. But then you realize what it is. It's like, oh, someone farted on your pillow, or like
one of my coworkers came in with pink eye and he swore that wasn't contagious. I'm like, is that what your wife said when you were eating her ass? Like, come on, Brian. I know he doesn't watch this. He doesn't know what podcasts are.
you know.
Nah.
Well, I kept on rubbing my shitty eye, and then I like
You kept rubbing shit in your eye?
at the end of the movie, I was like done with it, so I like went and take a piss, and I like look in my face in the mirror, and this entire side of it like blew up, like swollen. I looked like fucking Two-Face.
Damn.
And it was weird. I was like, my soul.
I had pink eye one time. That was rough. That's really rough. Have you ever had lice?
I have had lice.
Dude, that shit
They're great.
sucks.
I lost like half my stuffed animals because of that shit. My mom was like, we're burning them, dude.
Damn, bro.
Yeah. She went full Belvedere
genocide.
rabbit. Yeah.
Yeah. She was literally like with the stuffed animals, like pointing in directions of work camps or death.
Yeah, and she asked me, she was like, which one do you spend the most time with? Like, she Sophie's Choiced me, dude. She was like, I'm like, Franklin. And then never saw Franklin again, dude.
That is the darkest. Which one do you love most? Are you attached? Name it.
We got to get rid of it. The bugs in your head are the reason why. Also, here's this shampoo that's going to make you tingle.
Oh, I thought you were about to pour one out for
Oh, no.
Franklin. On my bed.
Yeah, right onto my phone in your
my
bed.
Yeah, that really fucks with the kid. There's bugs in your head, and yeah, not in your head, but it feels like
On
they
your
are.
head. And
on
they're,
your
like,
head,
laying.
and they're just like laying
You
eggs.
get rid of it. And we need to like give you a like either shave your head or like
Why do you think I'm like this now? Okay.
Just kept on getting lice.
Just kept on getting lice, and
Yeah.
you're like, you know what? Let me just shave it. It's definitely coming from the little boys down below. So obvious. No.
That's the funny thing is crabs is just lice just in your pubes. Same exact insect.
Right.
Just
They're
they name
Jamaican
it because
lice.
of different.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
How you doing, man? Yeah.
nice and easy down here.
Yeah. That's crabs and Caribbean lice, dude.
You want to hit this?
Yeah, they're just smoking weed and shit. Yeah. Yep, that's how it works.
Mm.
I'm sorry. We may as well just stop recording right now because we peaked right there as Caribbean lice or crabs.
Yeah, that's the lesson. That's the lesson of the day, folks. Take that home with you.
Because why? Because they're right near the beach. You know?
Yeah, they deep down in the sea. No worries.
Under
the sea.
Under your peen.
Under your pee.
Under your peen.
Where it is itching, it might be bitching. Take it from me.
Keep going. Don't let me stop you. You're
Under the way we like to sweat, but you will never get it wet. Cause we are the crabs, not the fucking scabs. Under the pee.
You know, that's a lot of first kid energy when you know Disney songs.
Oh yeah, by heart. Yeah, I knew that shit too.
Because you didn't have an older brother around to hear you sing it and call you gay.
No, I had a younger sister around who heard me sing it, and she's like, "That's dope as fuck. Keep going." And then she outsang me because like she's got some pipes.
Dude, you better tell her to
fuck,
pipe down with those pipes.
I
before
tried
you
to.
up
I tried
the-
to, but then she like got into like theater and
Would
shit.
you ever up the pole on your
music.
sister?
No.
If she's on some fuck shit?
Like fucking hit my sister?
No,
No,
up the
I would
pole
never hit
means
my
a
sister.
gun.
Oh.
Yeah.
But still, I wouldn't hold a gun to my sister unless it was a Nerf gun. I've done that, and a laser gun. I've done that too many times. But real gun, nah.
I've never done laser tag.
Laser tag, yo, so much fucking fun. You
Hell
should
yeah.
you should try some laser tag.
I should try some laser. I just be going in there like slitting people's throats from behind.
Melee is more effective.
I misunderstand the rules of laser tag. I'm like throwing shuriken at people. I want to go paintballing and like sneak up behind people in a like ghillie suit and just like slit their fucking throat. Yeah, I had a real fun time there. Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah. Made a lot of paint. What do you mean by that?
Gun.
It was organic.
Bringing a gun go-karting. That's the real Mario Kart right there. It's just like doof, 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 doof.
Are you like an aggressive go-karter, or do you like follow the rules?
What are the rules?
Like, don't bump people and shit like that. You know, you pussy ass shit.
Don't bump people. I'm trying to flip motherfuckers out here.
I'm jackknifing.
I invited my best friends to murder them. Yeah, in cold blood. All right, I want the oil to mix with their blood when it has finally flipped in the fiery mess.
The more protection the helmet provides, the more crazy I'm getting with my shit.
Absolutely.
Or honestly, the more sketchy places too, because then like the people who run it really don't care. Mm-hmm. When the go-kart's like, you know, like a couple grand, they're like, hey, like don't injure yourselves, and also don't injure the cart. But like when you're in Ocean City and it's like a fucking like
Ocean City,
on a Tuesday, he's out there with your cousins. You could just
kid,
let it rip, bro.
I wanted to go-kart so bad as a kid because I saw this one movie. I think it was Cody Banks.
Oh, yeah.
And I think they used go-karts to get away one time. I'm like, I could use a go-kart to commit crimes. Mom, Dad, can I get a go-kart? And they're like, what do you want it for? I'm like, crime. They're like, no. No, I didn't really say that.
Fine, I'll use a wagon instead.
Me and my brother honestly wanted to use a go-kart to be like, well, if we rob a bank, we can get away quicker.
We'll just go down an alley.
We know the streets better than these fucking pigs. I'm 8 years old. Smoking a cigar. We know the streets better than these fucking pigs.
What do they got? GPS systems? We got backyard shortcuts.
Yeah, me showing up to all like the Indian kids who lived in my neighborhood's garages while they're like welding, and they have a welding mask and they're working on a bicycle or something. Like I show up and they're like, "You son of a bitch, I'm in." You know, but in their voice, "You son of a bitch."
One guy's like bullying some nerds for like lunch money, and then like the two people just appear, and he's like just drops the kid and is like, "You sons of bitches."
Yeah, the kid cracks his fucking neck. He's like, oh, please, I can't feel anything. I can't feel anything.
You can't pay for anything now, kid.
Dead men don't buy lunch. Yeah. Bullying is such an integral part of my life that I'm trying to do it as a profession now with stand-up.
Yeah,
anyone
people need to be bullied
crowd
more.
work anyone who's great at crowd work was bullied viciously as a child, and now they're just mirroring what they grew up with. Yeah. And
Josh Harrison is the nicest bully I've ever met.
Yeah, like he'll make you cry and then offer you ketamine.
Yeah, in public. Like, in public.
Okay.
He will publicly humiliate you. Yeah. And then hug you the next time he sees you.
Yeah, he'll offer you some Pepsi in public, dude. Some public Pepsi, dude. That's
public
crazy.
Pepsi. Public Pepsi is the best.
Yeah, that's the name of sketch show I wanted. When you were a kid, what was the worst punishment you ever got? Like being grounded for a certain amount of time, being spanked.
I was never spanked as a kid because I was raised to be a good person.
You would have liked it too much. Yo, I got spanked.
So now I get spanked as an adult. But no,
make sure to spank your kids, otherwise they're gonna be freaks when they're older. So you tie them up, spank them, gag them, fucking literally like.
My parents were kind of lazy as like discipliners, so they were like,
disciplinarians.
So they were like, you choose your own punishment, and then I got real creative with that shit. Like I came up with some shit where like my dad later on in life, he was like telling me, he was like, yeah, dude, you come up with some stuff where I'm like, I wouldn't even thought of that. I'm like, damn, that's pretty good. I was like, yeah, I should like take away my phone for months, and it's like, damn, dude, you like just didn't do your homework, and I'm like, yeah, dude, like take the door off my fucking room, I need.
What are you hiding?
What the fuck?
Damn, dude, you had some guilt as a child. What'd you do?
I just grew up in a Catholic.
Did you have a go-kart? What'd you do?
No go-kart. Well,
I commit some crimes is what I'm
biggest
saying.
thing I felt guilty about as a child was I tried to raise like 3 birds like on my own as like, you know, my own like underlings
chewing
and
up
stuff.
Pop-Tarts.
I did like with a friend in the neighborhood, but like we did try to like keep it under secret so they could like mature, and then we could like show everyone like, haha, we have these like cool ass robins. I wanted to be Batman basically and have like 3 robins and like train them to fight crime and stuff. But they did not last like a whole week. Like by the time the weekend came, I like had to like go on a vacation with my family. So I told my like friend who was also raising them with me, I was like, hey, I'm leaving. You got to take care of the birds. Just sneak into my backyard, feed them and stuff. Because like we were digging around for worms and shit. We were Boy Scouts, so we knew how to take care of animals, or at least we thought we did. And but we didn't know how to do time management. That is what killed these birds. Because my friend also went on vacation with his family the same weekend, didn't tell me. So then no one fed these birds.
Where were these birds?
We kept them in a like storage container in my backyard. I like climbed a tree, like took a nest, and then like tried to like raise them on my own in a storage container. As like an 8-year-old,
Yeah.
not a lot of cognitive thinking. Just,
Right.
oh, I kind of know how to do this. Let me try, because experience is the best way to teach.
And then when you came back and you realized your first kill, did you love the feeling of the power?
Nah, I was like
taking something's life.
Like, oh shit! Like, what have I done? Like this was almost as bad as like the time I like confessed my love for like a person the first time. I tried to serenade someone with "Shot Through the Heart" and "You're to Blame" by Bon Jovi.
No.
As a 5-year-old. So that broke my heart.
Shot through the heart and you're to blame. Dude,
You give love a bad name. And then she ran away from me. I'm just like, was it something I said?
no, your dick is out. That's why.
It was a pool party, so she might have seen my dick. Like, you know, there's like little swim trunks and shit.
Yeah, dude. I would always do that as a kid. Like, ooh, it's a pool party. As long as it looks accidental, you can flash most people.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you look like your belt came undone, you can be like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's not public indecency as long as you apologize for it. Just walking around, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Kids, go home and do this.
Yeah, so that was like the first time my heart got broken. But then the time that I like accidentally killed these birds was the first time I like not broke my soul, but like hurt my soul. Where I'm like, oh, I like did something wrong. I should hide this and feel really guilty about it.
No, you liked it.
So I did. Nah,
No,
not really. I liked feeling guilty about it because I'm like, fuck, I did something wrong.
When you came
This
back,
is awesome.
were their eyes like disintegrated by that point?
No, by that point, they came back. I learned 1, how to hide a body, and 2, what maggots were. Because at that point, like the maggots were already like crawling.
Dude,
and shit. Dude,
that's
they were
metal.
dead.
That shot through the heart.
Yeah. And you're to blame.
Maggots on it.
And I was to blame. There was no one.
That's dark. That's brutal.
Like,
as
I
fuck,
had my
dog.
scent, and my blood was literally on my hands. And then
I love little kids with like super traumatizing stories. I'm like, I had a puppy when I was a kid who got parvo, and the day that
what's parvo?
Parvo is where dogs and cats can get it. It's I think an autoimmune disease somehow, and where your body reacts by leaking blood out of your ass. And so right before 2nd grade one day, I look out and my puppy Coconut that I got for my birthday one year was sitting in a pool of his own blood looking back up at me. And then they said, hey, come on, we're going to be late to school. And so I went and learned about rectangles. And then when I came back,
While your dog was learning about rectums.
Yeah. And then when I came back, they put down my dog, and the blood was like, you could still kind of see the outline on the patio. Damn. But yeah, when he looked into my eyes, I kind of lost a lot of connection with things and people. But
and now we're comedians.
And now I'm a comic.
Yeah. Now I'm actively trying to get that connection with people back.
It's worth it. No, like it's worth it. So make sure that your kids are put through. I wouldn't say traumatizing. I'd say I earned it. You know, I was wearing what I was wearing, and I kind of deserved that to happen to me. So that's how you make your kids funny.
Yeah.
Right?
Basically, it was a lesson learned.
And with these birds, what was the punishment?
So my parents, I was successful in hiding and like keeping the secret for a good couple years.
You
so
chopped up their bodies in the bathtub.
No, I just let the maggots do their thing, and I'm like,
That's so dumb.
I just gotta avoid anyone getting into this storage unit for like the next however long. And And it was like wintertime, and this was the storage unit to like hold our like spring shit. So I was like, I got a whole year. We're fine. So I was like, I just can't tell anyone. I just got to keep this secret and like just like live with it as an 8-year-old. But I still received consequences of my actions, not from my mother, but from the mother, nature. Because, you know, I still had the robin scent on me. And birds don't forget, man. Especially they're the bird's mother. Because for the next like month and a half, I would get chased outside by all of the robins in the neighborhood.
Damn.
So I was like, "Fuck, dude, do not fuck around with nature. Do not kill things. This is bad. You like even if you try to hide it, the birds will find out."
You were stuck in gang warfare over. It was just 3 baby birds.
Yeah. It was a whole Montagues and Capulets, but I was just being a dumbass.
Have you ever heard of the Harvard study or something where they this guy wore a Dick Cheney mask and was a huge piece of shit to a bunch of crows, and then when they were released, these crows told all the crows that they knew that Dick Cheney is an asshole and this is what he looks like. And crows do this. They communicate
they're pretty
bad
communicative,
people. And so wherever Dick Cheney went, the crows would call him the N-word. I swear, bro. They'd go, I won't say it.
We can't say it, but,
also,
just imagine.
That is their word. It's called Jim Crow for a reason. I've gone too far. I thought I went too far when I was talking about Takeoff. Bro, dude, take off that from the list.
I was getting super fucking high last night. And I was talking I was talking to my friends about how Santa is a fascist.
He is, and he's Chinese.
Yeah, because like he's just like trying way too hard.
Right.
Doing like all of the kids and all of the night in one night, and he like makes elves do the dirty work and like a fancy ass thing, and it's all because like of his like baby friend, like in the name of his friend that's a baby. Yeah. It sounds a little fascist to me. If anything, it's fastest. But somehow that conversation we were having high led to just being just some cheap ass fascism, like some like hillbilly redneck, just like.
Sorry, we have another call coming in from Cole Edens this time. Hey Cole, how you doing? You're on Howard Stern in the morning.
Yeah, late at night.
Oh, Howard Stern in the morning. Oh God, I was about to send you a dick pic. I guess it's the wrong time, you know.
Oh,
no,
sweet.
If you played it, we would have played like a bunch of alarms and shit. And then that one guy named Beetlejuice, remember that Down syndrome black guy? We would have had him jack off to the pictures.
Oh,
that's great. You know, Beetlejuice and I have been sending sex to each other since 1997.
Oh, really? Wow, that was before you were born. That
was before I was born. Yeah,
I didn't know texts were created in 97.
I just time travel and find an area I can fuck Beetlejuice in.
Oh, that's really cool. I'm glad that Beetlejuice.
He's thinking of the wrong Beetlejuice, I think.
Oh no! I think he knows exactly which Beetlejuice we're talking about. We're not talking about the Michael Keaton one. We're talking.
Which I gotta be honest, I would too. Also would.
All of them. Any Beetlejuice, I want them.
Well,
gots to have
one of them you can summon at your own will.
I'll let you go, though, buddy. I'll talk to you soon.
No, but why'd you call? What's up?
Oh, I was going to say that, are you really doing my bad, I don't know if you're doing a podcast.
I'm actually doing the podcast, but we're at the tail end.
I don't need you to host until like 8, so if you need to be here later, that's all good.
Oh, sounds good. All right, yeah, we'll just record for another like 4 hours. I'll see you then.
Cool. I got that.
I'll talk to you later, son.
All right, see you.
Totally. Welcome to the Joe Rogan Experience.
That was Cole Eden, who is the best, and like he's the best roommate I've had by like doing dishes, trying to clean up after himself, being conscientious.
Seems like a very polite man, yes.
Very polite, kind eyes.
I like Cole Eden.
Kind eyes.
Shout out.
But
yes, kind eyes.
He is the most fiscally all over irresponsible person I've like. He can't pay a bill in completion. Because it's always like, I'll get the other $5 tomorrow. And I'm like, it's $700. How'd you get up $695, but somehow $5 eluded you? But it's always the next day
so
he's got it.
It's like so close yet so far.
I don't get those people.
Shit.
I'm black and white. I'm like, I have money and I don't have money. I don't get the whole thing of like, I'm going to get you this. I'm like,
I'm with you on there.
Yeah.
I either have the money or I don't have the money. Like right now, I'm in broke boy hours. That's why I fucking biked here.
Did you bike here,
Spent
bro?
like the last $10 on my name to get a fucking Allen wrench thing to literally fix my bike on the way over here because my fucking pedal kept on falling out, like the fucking screw thing. and it's like loose. It's like stripped or something. I don't know why, but it doesn't like tighten.
How many miles was it?
Only 10, so like every mile or so.
You did 10 miles on the way
Gonna
here.
do 10 back, man.
Dog.
Got that cardio, son.
Bro, if my car was bigger, or if I knew how to put down the back seats, I would totally offer to give you a ride.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely, but not today. So.
Not today. No, it's fine.
Yeah.
I do need the workout.
Absolutely.
And it's a beautiful day.
Let's pause down for a second, smoke something real quick, and we'll finish up the pod.
Oh yeah.
Dog Belly. Big J Okerson YouTube special,
Okay.
and Lefty's son Ryan Sickler on
Alright.
YouTube as well.
Nice.
And both of them, like Ryan Sickler is very laid back, story oriented.
Mhm.
Big J kind of does stories too, but a lot of
He's really
crowd
good
work.
with crowd work.
Amazing crowd
like
work
it.
artist.
I like how like just like calm he is, but he talks about some whack ass shit. But he talks about it so calmly, where he knows where it's gonna go. He's just taking you with him.
Yeah.
And he's just sitting on a stool, just talking about like dingleberries and shit.
Yeah. I can't sit on a stool just because I feel trapped in that position. I like the ability to move around, and some like I do act outs too. Especially like if you notice you start doing a lot more act outs, you're like,
yeah, you're one of the more active comedians on the circuit. I think of like you incorporate the stage.
Sometimes I notice I'm like I haven't taken a single step. Since I moved the mic stand. I just been standing here for 2 minutes because I was nervous. And once you win them over, then you have the time to think. You know that thing where like you aren't going off the script when you first walk up because it's something that you just wrote in the room right there 5 minutes before you went up, just to address the comic before you, or to address the energy
you want to be in the
room.
moment. Yeah,
Be in the moment. So once you win them over, there's a weird thing that like half of your brain opens up once the stress lowers to actually be able to think.
Yeah, and that's
just,
when you improvise and shit.
And so your reptile brain is still doing the script.
Okay.
And then you can go into the material, but you know what I mean when you're doing the script and you're saying words while also having a conversation with yourself in your head.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that didn't hit as well. That hit nice. Make sure to work on that timing. That went well. And then sometimes, like in your head, for me at least, I think, damn, I haven't moved around a bit at all. I haven't taken one step, and just moving a little bit.
Yeah.
On certain punchlines or on setups, getting closer to people or looking certain people in the eye, making sure you look at the people. I hate when comics are just doing comedy and staring at a pillar. Like, motherfucker, have a conversation with us. Yeah, exactly. It looks like a monologue or a soliloquy. I am not in the bushes in Shakespeare. I am a comic who's in a comedy club or whatever watching you do it. So it hurts me when people are just sitting in one spot, unless it's their thing and they're comfortable with it, but I am so far from that.
Yeah, I like making eye contact with my audience. I like engaging
I switch
with
hands
them.
all the time.
I don't do that.
When I'm nervous, I go like this.
I stay posted, one hand on the mic stand, one hand on the mic, and I'm a leaner when I do my shit. I'm always kind of leaning, kind of using the mic stand as like just like a, I don't know, not a support system in a way I need, but like just an accessory to have.
Yeah, it's kind of,
which I guess it acts as
kind
a
of like a
support
nightlight.
system.
It's not crutch. It's kind of like yeah.
I just need something to hold on to when I'm up there.
True.
Because then it makes me feel.
I just hold on to my dick. All right.
I don't know. This is some good weed. So I'm about to say. So
Right,
it makes me
go.
feel like I'm on like a pirate ship, right? I'm on like the mast, and I'm like ahoy, like land ho, and like then I like land a joke on some hoes, you know. And then they laugh.
Oh yeah, dog. Hell yeah.
And
Someone asked me the other
you
day.
just gotta navigate waters.
So, someone asked at work, and she's a Mexican girl, just for background. I'm a white guy for background.
All right.
She asked me, Seth, do you how do you dap people up, or do you shake hands? Do you fist bump? Like, what do you do for people? I say it's different for everyone. So, what is their race and how old are they? She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, also, how well do I know them?
Yeah.
Because let's say if it's a black guy around my age that I don't know very well, but I do know is respected within whatever hierarchy I'm within, I will follow his lead, which is very scary.
Yes.
Very scary. A lot of people make jokes about it. It's black man handshakes are changing by the day, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So
they're regional too.
Yeah, like some people lock up and then down, and then snap. That's
Yeah.
it. Like you
That's
did the
very
snap.
West Coast,
But
yeah.
for me, I always did.
Oh yeah, that's what they do in Europe.
Really? Yeah, it's a European. Some people just lock up.
Yeah.
Yeah, lock up.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's so confusing. So I'm like, that's hard. For Mexicans and comics, for some reason, I always just fist bump Mexicans.
Yeah, Mexicans
they
like
get
a
it.
good fist
Yeah,
bump.
feast bump.
Feast
Yeah,
bump.
feast bump.
Fist bump.
White people, I shake their hand because we already know each other from the meetings. From the white people,
Good sir. Yes,
from the
yes.
white people meetings.
Nah, dude, white people love like shaking hands because that's how you do the intimidation of.
Yeah,
like,
because if
you
a
just do the
person's
grip
hand,
off.
you can feel how callous they are, how clammy they are, warm,
strong.
cold, how strong they are. You pick up so much from a fucking handshake. Whereas a dap, it's so quick where you're like, what is this jive turkey doing to my hand over here?
Yeah,
but- so it does
dap
depend, but a
measures
black-
how with it you are.
Older black people handshake.
Yeah,
Older black woman,
you kiss the hand.
I kiss the hand. I kiss the
Damn,
ring.
you sly dog.
I was
I don't think
a little
I've
hound
ever.
dog.
I don't think I've ever kissed a person's hand.
Nothing cuter than a nervous little white boy.
Do you do the twang too? You do
Wait,
it? Good evening, madam.
Madame. In front of her husband. He's like, I'm like, all right, so we're running some drink specials
Dude,
today. You guys, all right, my name is Seth. I'm going to be taking care of you. Just like kissing people on the hand. This is crazy.
That'd be so fucking.
That is,
Dude, they
that
would
is
love
such
that
a-
shit. They
I-
would love that shit.
I
though.
wish I was British because I feel like British guys can get away with like calling people babes and love and
Yeah,
and,
love
and,
for
and
sure.
grabbing people's hands and kissing them and
Yeah, because it's
Right.
like, oh, it's their accent.
but British people are just creeps too.
Oh, British
A
people
lot
are
of them
super
are creeps,
creepy,
but
dude.
Some of them are just suave creeps, dude. Smooth criminals.
They got that royalty, man. Oh, Annie, are you okay? Okay. No, she just got drugged by a Brit, man.
You've been hit by, you've been struck
What country
by
do you think
a go-kart criminal.
roofies the most?
Ooh,
I think it's the one with the most roofs.
America.
Yeah. I think America has the most roofs in, like, the world. Definitely the most roofies. But roofs.
Are we counting?
Like I think people
Are we counting a house as a roof, or just an apartment building
like
is one roof?
yeah, apartment building is one roof.
I don't know. Then that's a good question.
But like, yeah. I think America's got it in the back.
Maybe China or Russia, they're big. India has a
Yeah,
lot
but
of
they
people.
like they just like stack people in like apartment buildings and stuff.
Yeah.
Like America's so like emphasized on like the individualism and individual living that like we made so many fucking houses.
we have so many fucking houses, bro.
So many fucking houses.
Yeah. I guess. Hey, Jamie, can you look that
Oh,
up?
no, yeah, that's when
Can you
you
look
need
up the
someone
most?
in the fucking
don't
chair.
fucking
right there.
back talk me, you 45-year-old sound engineer looking punk. You fucking bitch.
You get to learn from this experience, Jamie.
dumbass Jamie.
Come on. How many roofs?
I
How many
wanna
roofs
see
are there?
Joe Rogan, just Joe Rogan just being like, pull it the fuck up, Jamie. Like, for no reason. He just snaps. Like, he's having a good time with his
finally
guests.
just
He's
like,
like,
"God damn it,
dude, have
Jamie."
you ever seen the Earthquake special? Pull it the fuck up, Jamie. Snap it up.
Again, Jamie.
Because that's what people loved about Ben Avery on the Tim Dillon show. I don't know if you ever watched his podcast, but
I'm not.
it's just Tim Dillon ranting, and then his producer's just off to the side. Like, Ben Avery used to be his producer, and he loved what Tim
Used
would
to
do.
be.
And Tim would just be ranting at some point. He'd just be like, "That's the American dream: is shoving Percocets into your kids' school lunches so they don't break up mommy's wine time." And he kind of sounded like that, yeah. Like Tim Dillon would just go on these tirades of like the American dream or how like China's gonna take over.
Yeah.
The
you
British
beat Tim
family.
Dillon about it, yeah.
He's great. Yeah, I definitely
Love
feel a
Tim Dillon.
kinship to how he works things out because he's not necessarily a writer of his jokes. It's just more of the topic, and once he works out how he feels about it, it's kind of like that's there, and just now figure out the punchlines.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love-
and that's
I
kind of
love
for me is
the
like I
different,
don't
like-
have a script necessarily, but I just have the rhythm. And now jokes do have a script, but I've never written them down. It's just a bullet point that I've said over and over and over again.
Yeah. What I like doing is I like taking
ketamine and putting it into my fucking sandwiches.
And that's how I write my jokes.
That's how I write my jokes.
No, but I like.
That's how I write my best shit.
I don't know. I'm like a writer. I've always been a writer at heart. So the way that I always like writing jokes.
No,
and, like,
I don't know. I'm just a fucking writer, producer, director, Uber Eats driver.
Something that hustler. So something that I've always just noticed at like the heart of everything is like just like the nature of storylines, and I always thought it was funny when things became full circle. So I always tried to get my jokes to like be full circle in a way, and that's when I know that it like a joke is finally finished is when I can get that punchline to like circle back to the first thing.
Full Circle was actually my debut in the porno industry. Yes,
What category was that?
Filled circle. Yeah.
Yeah. I was a filled circle.
Stuffing. A lot of stuffing going on. What is stuffing in a turkey? Is that just like bread?
It's bread, potatoes, mushrooms, sometimes some carrots. Okay. You just like shove that shit in there.
Yeah, you just
cook it up in an oven.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it's
that's pretty cool.
Supposed to be symbolic of a
It's
fetus.
cool how we take out the most nutrient-rich organs and we throw that out.
Just throw carbs in there.
Throw some carbs in there with some and I'm not a big fan of mushrooms. Do you like mushrooms?
Only if they're psychedelic.
Even those, the taste of them.
Oh, taste of them horrible. I throw up. I have to eat them.
Taste,
I have to eat them in lemon juice now.
Yeah, lemon juice.
Because
do you know cold water extraction?
No.
Do you know how cold brew works?
Yeah.
Cold brew. So you just leave coffee grounds in water in a fridge for about 2-3 days, and through osmosis, it pulls out all the coffee from the grounds.
So it just dissolves.
Pretty much the same thing. With ice water.
Damn, that's why it tastes like that. It literally does taste like stale ass fucking water.
Cold brew tastes like stale ass coffee bean water because that's exactly
what it is.
It's called cold brew. They don't hot brew it. It's cold brew through osmosis. And because you have to polarize and strip something, and that's either done with heat or cold. And that's also how you make wax. That's how you extract things. That's a lot of cooking is polarization through temperature or pressure.
Learn something new every day.
Right. I'm just high as hell right now. It's going. But we were talking about how with cold ice
brew.
water extraction with
Yes.
psilocybin mushrooms.
You can do that.
Get like one of those tea clamp things where you can just put loose tea leaves in.
All with fucking
or
spikes
cheesecloth works too.
Cheesecloth.
Yeah,
gotcha.
cheesecloth works.
You just put that in some water.
Yeah, put that in some water, or you could just put it in raw and strain it, but it's up to you. Ice water for about 2 days, and then it turns blue.
And then it's just
turns like a faint like Gatorade
blue voodoo
almost.
drink.
Yeah, and then it's not as potent as eating would be, but it's about 80%, 85%, and you can glug that back pretty quickly, especially like mixing it with different tinctures. And you know how to make a cocktail, so making a mocktail with that shit is so easy.
Well, if you eat the grain, if you eat like the residue, like you drink the whole thing and then you eat the remaining residue, would you still get like the whole effect?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. That's good to know.
Right. And it's kind of like you do lose potency once you dehydrate it, but it's kind of like a whole thing of the jerky method of like, oh, you want this protein on the go. You don't want to eat it right here, right now.
Yeah,
and
you
that's also
go
what,
somewhere.
cooking, seasoning, dehydration is another form of
very nice.
Yeah, changing its form. I
don't
don't know.
I have to try that out sometime.
Yeah, mushrooms is so interesting. Of
I
like the
love
horticulture
mushrooms.
of growing them, because acid is so synthetic, and I don't know. I never got into like the process of that. I only got into the process.
I used to know a guy
of mushrooms.
that grew mushrooms in his basement out of a fucking Home Depot bucket.
Yeah. Those are always good, and you can hang them up, and that's what people use for like lion's mane, or
I think that was the type.
What's that other one called? But yeah, lion's mane is very popular right now because it's used as like vegetarian substitutions, but mostly for like cognitive ability and like helping you with your memory and shit.
I remember one time I got some mushrooms off of this lady, this woman, this female. And
this
and
trick ass. You just keep on saying words, words, and like, yeah, stop.
But the strain that she had was penis envy, so she gave me penis envy, which I thought was like kind of ironically funny. But it was some good ass shit. So I ain't gonna complain.
When did you first start experimenting with drugs?
The Easter before the pandemic, like 2020. Like right when the world ended, like right before that shit. Like it was just, I think the stay-at-home order was like a couple weeks away, or it just happened, and I was like, I'm gonna take some mushrooms on Easter and climb a mountain.
You know who was really scared when they said those stay-at-home orders? Stay-at-home wives. They're like, oh shit, I actually have to do things now. Oh god damn. And then they realized, oh yeah, this job takes like 2 hours a day.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have a baby, that's different. So don't.
Yeah. If you're raising a
fucking
child,
bitch.
your job is never over.
But-
Until they're 18 years old, then you can kick them the fuck out and buy an RV and travel the country.
Ain't nothing cut her bitch off.
Empty nesters.
Do you remember K Camp? Ain't nothing cut her bitch off. I
I went to Boy Scout camp and we had chants, not songs.
You had chance?
Yeah, but that wasn't like forced upon us. It was like, I don't know. We just
What
went.
was
we
forced
just.
upon you? Come on.
We don't want to talk about that unless it's in court. But no, we just like no. We had this 1 year, like this like giant rubber ducky like washed ashore on like the camp because it's like we were like right on the Chesapeake Bay. This is back in Maryland, and we like took this like giant rubber ducky thing and called it Fucky the Ducky, and then like, you know, as a group of unsupervised 11 to 18-year-old children do in the summer times when they have like a thing that looks like an idol, we made a cult about it. Went total Lord of the Flies. Got a little out of hand, so we had to burn the older scouts who would like run in the camp and stuff.
Like an effigy. You had to burn
We
it.
had to burn
Jesus Christ.
God so that
Well, obviously we had
So
to
there'd be
burn
no
their god so
mutiny.
so the moon would turn into a blood color, and then we would obviously take over the world.
yeah, because the younger scouts were like, they were really into this whole entire Fucky the Ducky shit, and it was threatening the power, so we had to like U.S. the government that shit, you know. Destabilized.
Dude, I need some fucking more go-go juice.
some more
Some more. Woo!
Monster.
Monster. Unleash the beast.
What's your like go-to like source of energy
Coffee.
that's not like coffee?
Yeah, love coffee.
Or do you like canned coffee? Like
Yeah,
that
some of
triple
them are good.
espresso
Like
shit?
those no nitro brews. I had one yesterday. That was like a sweet cream nitro brew where you have to like shake the can so it releases this like carbonated suds or something. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Shit's getting so complicated now where I'm like, someone definitely died in the factory making this.
Oh,
and
100%.
it's $3.99.
Or in the fields trying to get it, yeah.
Yeah, someone in the fields. But yeah, they're good. Those Starbucks Frappuccino.
I was
glass
at-
Starbucks Frappuccinos were the OGs though.
Nice.
Those
I
were always
was, I was
the
at a
best.
coffee shop the other day, and I like got one mocha and a burrito, and it was $18. But bright side, the dumbass barista forgot to make my burrito. So after like 20 minutes of waiting, I was like, "Hey, anywhere on?" The dude's like, "Oh fuck, let me make that for you." And then he gave me a coupon for a free cup of coffee, which I instantly cashed in for their most expensive shit, which was like, you know, $7. And it was a fucking small cup, man.
This is everything I eat in a day living in Phoenix, Arizona.
Well, I'm just saying, it's just
First,
expensive.
we started out with a burrito. That's only $37. And then my mocha latte, which is obviously $18, not including tip. You know, those people who are like, everything I eat in a day in New York City.
Yeah, it's like half my classmates. Because I'm a communication major at ASU.
Yeah, communications majors, that's just the major you pick to do drugs. Like, and then
Yeah.
afterwards, it's the...
I literally picked that
It's-
shit because I was like, I like working with people. And then
You're going to end up being a stand-up comic. You know how many stand-up comics are open micers and they have a fucking communications degree? A lot.
I might start. I want to start taking polls. I want to see how many.
Dude, you should start upping the polls. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
Up
because
in the
there'd be
polls. How
me.
about upping the polls?
And then I'm graduating in a month, man.
Not if I have anything to do with it.
What, you're gonna like help me study?
No, I'm gonna make you fail.
You're gonna make me fail.
I'm gonna introduce you to women.
Can you please?
I honestly, do you know any? Dude,
I
where are
used
the
to.
bitches at? Where are the? Yeah,
I'm all alone.
You ever have those friends who are like, "Hey, yo, bro, where the hoes at?" I'm like, you have never had any woman around your arm ever.
And that is why.
So,
Yeah, I used to have a friend that was like that, and then he moved to Florida and got some bitches, and it low-key almost ruined his life. So bitches ain't shit, but hoes and tricks.
Mm-hmm. Unless they, you know, not all women, you know.
Not all women,
Some of them have transitioned.
but there's
to
like
women.
I'm just talking about bitches, and bitches use unisexual. There's some men, many men, many men
Many men
are bitches.
always on me.
I've been a bitch in the
Look to the
past
sky
recently.
no more. I must see all men.
So yeah, it's
so-
like a spectrum of bitchiness. You know?
Are you going out to Mike's tonight?
I'm gonna see how this 10-mile trek back treats me.
Damn, you're like the comedian David Goggins. You know what I mean?
I'm dedicated to the craft.
I wake up every morning pissing blood. My feet don't even fucking move anymore, bitch. Your dog died, good. Wife left, great, motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, I'd say
Stay hard.
I'd say in my year long or so stand-up career, I've definitely suffered for stand-up. But
How do you mean?
like just the treks of like going to places and stuff. I had to like for making some of my material for my special and shit. I had to like bike through a hurricane.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Also, guys, make sure to go out and check out his special.
Yeah, Stand Up for Nature.
Stand Up for Nature, you guys.
It's on YouTube.
His next one is going to be recorded completely underwater.
Yeah, it'll
It's
be
gonna
called.
It's a Type 5, and at the end he fucking dies. He's gonna record it twice somehow. Oh no.
Two takes,
Two
two versions.
tapes, yeah, two
One in a
tapes.
lake, one in the ocean.
One in the lake, you're trying to get up, and someone's just there, just like.
Just make sure. There can't be a third.
There can't be a third. And then the third one is
Secret release posthumously in a river.
knocking into shit down the river.
It'll just honestly just be edited in with the Aragorn scenes from Two Towers. You won't know the difference.
All right, dude. But anything you want to plug?
Sun Devil Stand Up, check that shit out.
Sun Devil
That's
Stand Up on
a
Instagram.
Comedy Club, yeah. Sun Devil Stand Up ASU on Instagram. That's the comedy club that I'm a part of at ASU.
Hell yeah,
we
dog.
repping, still live. And then
Carribean Lice
Rowland
still
Stoner
got
podcast. That's my podcast.
Hell yeah,
I was
dude.
on a little hiatus, but I'm coming back with a passion.
A hiatus.
Yeah, a hiatus.
Hyannis is what he was called in college.
Yeah. Hyannis. Yeah, hey jackass. Yeah. On the streets.
Dude, that joke has me laughing because one time in Devils, you probably don't mind, but when you say like, oh, and on the streets they call me, hey jackass.
Yeah.
when you said, but on the streets they call me, and I turned to Trace and he said, fag.
That's great.
It's okay. Chase can say he has a black boyfriend. I love doing comedy for that shit. It's
Yeah,
never
it's
never
the
gonna
little
be
moments.
as fun
It's
as
the little
it
moments.
is right now,
Yeah, it's
and I
great.
hate it right now. So that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, at some point this is gonna become a job, and I'm gonna fucking,
It'll be rough, but
I'm gonna
I think.
not like it because I hate working.
But then you gotta like look at it in hindsight of like, oh, dude, like when I was like back then, I would have killed for where I am right now.
I would have slit some people's throat at laser tag for this.
Yeah, like even right now when I'm like roughing it through like just like traveling 10 miles to go do a podcast and shit, I'm like, yo, I'm still traveling to go do a podcast. Like I'm not doing it alone in my dorm room anymore. I'm not thinking about wanting to go like to Mike's at the night and dreaming about that and waiting till I'm 21 in order to do so. Like I'm now thinking of like, damn dude, I might not go to the open mics tonight because like I'm just tired. Like, man, Fuck that shit.
There should be a David Goggins for comedians. Just be like, you don't want to go to the open mic? Good, motherfucker. Yeah. Lace up your shoes and get at it. Yeah.
Exactly. So I think I probably will go to the open mic tonight.
Hell yeah, dude. I'll
be
hosting at Pub Rock Live.
Yeah, Pub Rock. That one starts at 6.
Yeah.
Sign
ups at 6.
Sign ups at 6.
7 it starts.
All right, so sign ups were 18 minutes ago. All right, so then I might go to Tempe Tavern.
Oh, dude, I'm getting hungies.
Yeah.
I'm so hungry.
Dude, Tempe Tavern got some good ass food.
Tempe Tavern is a hole in the wall dive bar that has some of the best tacos.
Yeah,
and you check in the kitchen, and you're like, I don't think these are authentic. And you see like a 4'5" Mexican man whipping it up, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that's authenticos.
Yeah, I'm going to Tempe Tavern. I'm gonna meet some of my friends. I go. So yeah. So if you're not posting this tonight, are you?
No, possibly.
Catch me at Tempe Tavern. Catch me at Tempe Tavern next week then.
Oh yeah, and when is your next backyard show?
Backyard show. Ooh, having one.
Or no?
Yeah, I have a sketch comedy show happening in my backyard. The address will be on the flyer when I make that. But it's with patent pending. It's a new sketch comedy troupe around here in the valley, and this is gonna be like one of their first shows.
That's so sick.
Yes, I'm a writer for one of them. I won't be in sketch comedy, but one of the sketches was my writing. I wrote that shit.
That's so sick, man.
Yeah.
But thank you again for coming on. Thank you for biking 10 miles here and 10 miles back.
Dedicated, man. Thank you for having me, man.
Absolutely.
I'll have to have you on my show soon.
Absolutely. Have me on sometime.
Right, cool.
Right,
I will.
Thank you guys for listening.
All right, peace.